Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Urmi and in today's video I'll be sharing some tips for anyone who's basically writing the CFA level 3 exam and has less than a month left. I know that many of you are writing the CFA level 3 exam in less than a month, and I know the stress is rising, you're becoming more nervous and more anxious, and I know how you feel because I've been there. But stress won't bring you anywhere, so I do want to share with you some of the things that you can do to make sure that you are best prepared, or how to best approach the CFA level 3 exam when you are writing this exam. So if you do have a few months left, if you have only 30 days left, one of the things that you want to do is you want to practice as much as possible the mocks. I know that the CFA Institute provide a few mocks, and I think those are taken from, those are written by the CFA Society, Boston Society. I honestly did not like those mock exams. That's my personal experience, opinion about this. I didn't like them as much because they were relatively way too easy, and so I actually used mock exams from other approved providers. So my suggestion is, yes, do the ones from that are provided by the CFA Institute, but if you can and if you have the time, just go and purchase basically mock exam from other approved providers. I've used the one from Mark Meldrum, and I must say those were extremely difficult, very difficult. Although they did give me a lot of practice, but they also were demotivating me a little bit because they were so difficult that I was not able to solve a lot of the problems. However, the ones that I very much enjoyed, the mock exams that I have very much enjoyed, are the one from Financial Help 1 to 3. I think his mock exams are pretty good. They are reasonable in terms of the challenge. So if you do have the time, I highly recommend that you buy his mock exams and practice those ones when you're writing the CFA level 3 exam. The second tip that I want to provide, which is still in line with the first tip, is that when you're practicing, try to basically do the mock exam multiple times. Do them as many times as you can, because it just do them as many times as you can, but also space out the time that you, from the time that you have done the first one, and when you redo the same one another time, just give yourself maybe a couple of days just to see that if you're able to do the problems that you were not able to do the first time better this time. I think it just gives you a little bit of an idea of what you have to practice or what you have to revise. So I would suggest do the mock exam multiple times, as many times as you can, and of course try to do the mock exam which are very challenging. My other tip is, when you're practicing, try to do the practice problem from the ecosystem, especially because you have so many practice problems in the ecosystem. You have probably 1,000 problems, and I think those are pretty good. They challenge you enough. And those are, yes, some of them are taken from the books, but some others are actually taken, I think, from previous mock exam, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they give you enough of a challenge, they give you enough of a practice of understanding, and I think those are very good, especially when you're struggling. So I highly recommend you practice those problems. My fourth tip is, when you are writing the CFA level 3 exam, make sure that you are really focusing on answering the question, because you will be given some command words. Your job is not to write a novel. Your job is not to have a perfect, an answer which is perfectly correct in terms of the grammar. Your job is to follow the command words, and I think it's essential that you just stick to whatever they're asking you, because first of all, you will not have that much time to write this exam, and you want to make sure that you're fully using that time available to answer all the questions. So you want to maximize the use of those 4.5 hours, whatever hours you're given to write the exam. So if they tell you to just describe, then you stick to describing whatever they're asking you. If they're telling you to list out some elements, you just do that. If they're telling you to explain, you just do that. You can write your answer in point forms. You can write them however you want, as long as you answer whatever they're asking you. You don't have to have a perfect full sentence. You can write just keywords. And I know this because whenever I was doing some of the problems in the book, I could see that they had like lengthy answers, but the reason why they give you those lengthy answers is just for you to explain you the concept. It's not what they expect you to do in the exam. And lastly, my last tip about the CFA Level 3 exam is that when you're writing the CFA Level 3 exam, you'll be basically running out of time. And this is probably one of the biggest struggle of the CFA Level 3 exam, because no matter how much you study, you will always struggle with the amount of time. And so my advice to you is that don't spend too much time on answering one question and leaving the other questions out. Answer everything as much as you can, even if it's like a little bit, even though it's not the full answer, just make sure that you answer everything, because it will help you to get some like partial points. Maybe you cannot get full points, but you can get partial points. So I think like if something is worth, let's say 5 points, don't spend 20 minutes on it. Literally just cut the time and just move on the next one. So these are all the tips that I have for anyone who's writing the CFA Level 3 exam soon. Hopefully this was useful for you, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.